The moon? Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
What up, everybody? Normie Crew's back to watch The Wire. Season 3 premiere, yo. It's time after time. If you fall, I will catch you.
You will
find me.
You're so late.
Time after time.
Hey, man, Cyndi Lauper. This is the shit. Anyway, we're here gathered in the new theater space. We're not abandoning the old studio. It's just easier for us to be 6 feet apart here. We got Serge, Spidey, Pat and Runner in the back, Marquetta and Chris over there. You can't see Chris because he's using his invisibility Miles Morales power. He will snap back real quick.
Super cool.
And what do you guys think's gonna happen besides a new intro?
It's like anime.
I don't know.
I have no expectations.
It's gonna be like, I feel like we're going into a whole new like journey now. Like it's gonna be some new people, new stuff. So I really can't predict this one.
I know what's gonna happen, but I'm not gonna tell you. Fun fact though, with the new intro, yeah, The Wire is the streets anime.
Yeah.
So is the Boondocks too, for being honest.
Love that.
Guys, I really want to thank you for being here with us on this wild ride. You know how much I like The Wire. I love the comments. I love the like small little community we got. We get decent numbers on the reactions, which is tight. There's a lot of expectations in this season. Episode 6 is one of my favos, so I can't wait to do that with you guys.
Why you gonna build hype like that?
And also, I'm not building hype. It's just one of my favorites. I didn't say it was the best. Also, you saw the Wire skit from last season. Let me know what you think about it. Rana, how do we do our skits? Who supports us to do our skits?
It's you Patreons by, supporting us every day, and by knowing that this is not a market substitute, and by supporting the original content, and then coming back here on YouTube and liking and subscribing. That's how you can support us and keep us going. So please do that stuff. We also have a Discord, we have social media, and a bunch of other cool things. All links are below. And mostly, guys, just have a great day. We really do appreciate you being here.
Them towers be home to me. You gonna cry over a housing project now?
Look, they got a new Wallace.
I'm talking about steel and concrete, man. Come on, man, I'm talking about people, memories and shit. Look, they gonna tear this building down, they gonna build some new shit. People, they don't give a fuck about people.
Yep. Bodie spitting facts.
I called my first pussy up in there. The girl Shantae. Man, why didn't you say something before? They probably wanna be tearing this tower down now. They gonna put a big ass sign in the front that says, here's where Malik Carr first got his dick wet.
AKA Poop.
Malik.
Tourists be taking pictures and shit, souvenirs of your dick about this side.
Damn.
Holy crap.
Go to tires.
There goes your game.
I like that there was another guy with an actual button
All right,
next
you're
to
like,
the
we can't
next to
let
the toy button for the politician.
Cartoon whammy thing.
Yeah.
So the city planned on doing something, didn't prepare, and look, now everyone's covered in smoke. Good job.
Why would they do
What do you think
that?
that part through?
It was like not a controlled demolition at all. They were like right there.
Just put some dynamite in there. Dominic West is his name.
Is this gonna be like what's it called?
The homie. I'm reading the credits, baby. I know who's about to show up. This
No, wait, I want to know. I don't know. Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
When like rich people come to poor neighborhoods and change.
Gentrification.
Gentrification.
Yes.
Yeah, you saw more Caucasians.
Yep.
When you see people jogging in your neighborhood, that's when you know the gentrification hit.
That's
It's
smoke.
working.
You gotta step out
You guys
once
see
a
The
week
Wire?
and shoot your gun in the backyard.
Yo,
Yep.
you have to.
That's what keeps the gentrification away.
Don't matter
Don't-
how many times you get burnt, you just keep doing the same.
Bodie said that about Poot a second ago, but also.
That is our
Relevance.
cat talking. He literally got burned and keeps jumping on the counter.
Sitting on
Oh, we haven't seen him in a minute.
McNutty.
Dude, McNulty is like heavily British or Irish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like stupidly so.
Thick.
Cheese!
You see him?
Yeah, Fetty. I see you.
Bro, this is when the song was hot, probably.
Dude, it was hot for
Money
very
on my
long. It
mind.
still is.
Call comes into Jesus number 2. He whispers in the man's ear and off they go.
These guys come correct.
I love this guy. We didn't see him a lot last season.
Ignore.
3 months. We've yet to hear his voice.
This guy.
Just pop in
Man.
fucking- Let's get dirty.
Now, the thing is, when we jump out on these little cocksuckers, there'll be a designated runner. Who's gonna sky up just so we get to chase this? Fuck him. We let him go and jack every other motherfucker who stays.
The wording on that was strange.
He's a complicated man. The only one that understands him is his woman. Seek therapy.
gotta be playing some disco music.
He's listening to the Shaft theme song.
Yeah.
No.
Still playing Shaft.
I love it, man.
Nah, he's feeling it too.
Hey, son. Step light.
Damn.
Oh fuck!
Yo, was that the stash?
You idiot.
You idiots! Seriously, you just got.
You know, it's crazy how they always have kids recruited for everything. You don't like suspect them. Let's go.
Say, hey, little homie grabbed the fake stash, right?
Yeah, he did. He got the fake one.
Are you serious?
He's smart as fuck. Oh my god. Bro, turn it down. They think they Starsky and Hutch out here.
She's running a Cavalier.
They're even doing like the zoom-ins and stuff. Man, I love the cinematography here, dude. See those kids playing ball right as he drives away.
They don't even fucking, daily shit.
It's so scary. Like you try to run, but they just got eyes everywhere.
All you gotta do is get inside quick.
Who's the man that would risk his neck for
Oh my god!
Where do you get a cigarette from, bro? He said, I'm holding up out of breath. Let me...
Hey, listen to me, you little fucking piece of shit! I'm gonna tell you one thing and one thing only about the Western boys you are playing with. We do not lose!
Okay.
And we do not forget! And we do not give up! Ever!
This kid is 6 years old.
If you march your ass out here right now and put the bracelets on, we will not kick the living shit out of you!
Okay, Gabriel.
That's good police work.
We will beat you longer and harder than you beat your own dick!
Alright, Carver, get out.
All right.
All right.
You done, buddy?
All right, come on. This is the embarrassing part, right? This is-
Part where you realize everyone saw you do it.
Take him how, Mr. Bodie?
Mr. Bodie.
He said, fuck it and take him.
Nigga, you ain't got the floor.
Normies meetings.
We done worrying about territory, man. What corner we got, what project. Game ain't about that no more. It's about product.
We could never do Robert's rules. I'm glad they're doing
The
it.
chair
though.
recognizes them.
Yeah, but how we gonna stand?
Yo, she ain't recognize you.
My man drinking tea, bro. We need this.
I did not know gangs run meetings like this.
Do the chair know we gonna look like some punk ass bitches out there? Who did have the floor, man?
Fuck up.
Oh my god. Sit down, please.
Nah, Poop, I mean, did Poop have a point though?
We could do a whole meeting skit, y'all.
That's how we should really run our meetings.
We would never be able
Chair
to
don't
do
recognize
Robert's
your
rules of
Adjourn your asses!
That's how I'm journey you guys today after our meeting.
The wires aren't working.
Did you just steal the whole radiator?
Yeah, he's got a radiator in a shopping cart or a heater.
Oh fuck!
Oh my god, that was me the other day with Vincent.
Oh shit! You about to get fucked?
Whoa.
You think you fucked up now? Look what they did to my ride!
Do it or don't, but I got some place to be.
Thank you for your kindness. I got to pay something, anything. Run away to the middleman, we'll come back and pay for everything, I promise you.
Better exchange information.
They took their clothes.
I can assure you that we've put additional tactical teams on a 7 to 3 shift in every eastern sector.
Little finger.
Anything else with these esteemed constables?
Why don't you ask your little birds?
That was the spider who had little birds.
Oh.
He had people too.
He had whores.
Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying.
He invented sex position.
That's drag.
Drag.
Our last best hope.
Talking this motherfucker I ever heard on a wiretap.
No, the other thing. The other thing, my nigga. Cocaine, nigga, you feel
Oh my god!
And White Drac, that's Prop Joe's nephew on his mama's side.
I like that the crew's all back together immediately, you know? They're still,
They didn't
still
have to
working
get the
cases.
band back.
Yeah.
If you were smart, you'd come to me when the mayor shorts you. Not publicly. I know you can't cross the mayor publicly, but backdoor, come to me and I can use that subcommittee to give you what you need. And we can turn this
But
thing, the
long
city
ago,
around.
when I was just starting out into the department, I had the good fortune to be taught a little something about chain of command. I report to Mayor Royce. I got your coffee. Leave a tip if you want.
There you go.
So what do you need to see me for?
Getting out tomorrow, right? Probably trying to reach out.
My boy.
Oh shit!
Whoa.
It's the homie Fred.
Oh!
Vance.
Oh, it's Fred Johnson!
Hanging out with the fucking wee bag.
Hey.
My man walked through the middle of the game. They called timeout.
Come on, hit him with the slow-mo. Oh.
No need, bro. Everybody slow-mo around him. That's...
Hey,
Avon's
man.
annoying as fuck, but that's some gangster shit,
That is
bro.
dope shit, bro. They don't stop getting from nobody.
Only got the one day left, huh? The one, you just gotta do that up. It's been 14 years since the towers was gone. I'm gonna need to take my thing to some new places. Feel me? You know I'm gonna be home soon enough, right? Yeah, first parole hearing, I'm out.
My bro just did 14 years. Let him live his life
Let
now.
him get a double McCheese or something.
It's gonna be a little hell to be paid. A good soldier ain't gonna lack for work.
Fuck off.
See, they missing Weebay because he in for life, so.
Yeah.
Boy, she talking about homie walked up and shot a lot
The
of
gold
Davis.
chain.
They picked up the phone, down 911, told the police I just shot a nigga, come get him.
He turned himself in? Tyrese?
The hope is that they promote this mid-level dealer who's a fool to replace the name of Drac. And we're on his cell phone. If he gets promoted, maybe he talks to Joe or Joe's top people. We get that far, maybe we start to see Stringer Bell.
It's a long shot.
What makes you think they'll promote the wrong man?
They did
We do it all the time.
Holster your weapon.
Look, speaking of promotions, I sent yours over to the hall, as promised. Well, the mayor's holding it up. My understanding is he wants to know what your wife is doing. There's a rumor that she's going to take a run at the council seat.
That's my wife's business.
But the mayor counts you net as an ally.
Our deal was for a permanent unit and the next vacancy for major.
You got your unit, and I sent your name over to the hall. I kept my word.
Oh my god. That is just ultimate dirty politics.
Him and his wife are on the outs, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When is she supposed to bring him over to you?
Middle of fourth.
Dad, can I have a hot dog?
Oh, look at him.
Little baby bump.
Oh, there they are.
Oh, that's his wife.
That's his kids, yeah.
Just a friend? Nah, he's in the cage.
He's in the cage.
Too expensive at the time on a cell phone.
Downtown lawyer, something wealthy like that.
Ew, he's old.
He got money and he got it together.
He's a silver fox daddy. To her, not to me.
Hunted down all that metal, hugged it around like a dog, and nearly get killed over a scratch of metal, so now I gotta beg for my life. Then I'm begging again for half a shot.
That zoom in at the wire does.
Oh my god.
Ugh.
He saw murder.
Sucks.
He might be a CI.
Our seats are great. We're practically on the field.
Yeah, my friend Dennis, he gets company seats around. Don't take their jackets off because Sean's just getting over the ball, okay?
Jimmy, right? Dennis Kerber. Great kids.
Thanks.
Anyway, nice meeting you.
But we know to say one word to him.
Don't stay to the last inning because it's a school night. Bye.
Oh, it must be so hard with kids and divorce and dating again.
Wear condoms and stick to dogs.
No, call Crutchfield, see if he's back from the Westport scene. If not, call Bunkin home. Hey, fuck his off day.
Bodies left and right, bro. Lord. That's a murder, for sure.
Who died?
That is a dead body. Well, that's pretty quick to damn picture, ain't it?
They're miserable.
They're like, these seats suck.
I'll be shitty too, bro. If I was down there, come back all the way up here.
I'm at the ball game. The ball game.
We got the Nokia brick.
And what about Cole? Call him.
Hey, come on, don't bother Bunk right now. He's at the ball game with his kid.
Can you believe this? They caught 5 tonight. They're telling me I gotta come in on my day off.
5.
McNulty's like, I want in.
Yeah, it's like, kids go hang out with that guy.
I gotta go to work, all right? Mr. Jimmy's gonna... Oh! He's gonna take me home.
Mr. Jimmy.
Now you don't trust Jimmy though? That's the problem.
No.
He's gonna have all 3 kids.
I do not trust him with the kids.
He's alright with the kids for the most part.
He's distracted by his wife. Meanwhile,
After 14 years.
are you sure this guy wants to be selling you weight? Because we don't want to be forcing this.
Been stroking this guy for 2 months. That's not what he asked you. This guy's ripe and ready, kid. It ain't no thing.
You too coffee, you about to get shot for that.
No, I missed
Yeah, you
him.
look like-
no,
Yeah, you
I
can
missed
get
him.
shot.
They're not bringing him back just to kill him.
Looks like it.
Looks like a season 1 dicta.
Look a little light to be announced, don't you think?
Nah, man, ain't nothing light. It's just settled.
Hey, man, if it does what it should, I'm gonna come back to you for 3, maybe 4 weeks.
Yeah, that could work.
You good then?
Take it down.
The deal was made. The hand was shooketh.
Somebody snitching. Shut the fuck up.
They're having fun.
That's good. You can use him again in the future.
Slam him into the car a little bit. Fuck him up. He light skinned. He'll bruise easily.
Okay.
That works well on the streets. Can you even imagine? 14 years ago was a while ago.
Yeah, bro.
You see that? You see that article about someone that just got out who was so surprised at skyscrapers? He's been in jail for like 70 years.
Damn.
Well, I heard about you, man. Your name used to ring out. You got something for me? See where Shorty's sitting there right there? You gonna find a little help. But when you're ready, got some real work for you, all right?
Right back in it. 14 years later.
I mean, what? That's all
I
he
got
knows.
what? That's all he knows. He
You
got
spend
paid.
14 years in prison, you can learn how to be a better criminal, baby.
Bring it out to the guy.
They ain't trying to fucking reform nobody.
It's tough for like, you know, a released convict to get a job and shit. But like, man, give it a day, bro.
And he can't vote neither, so I mean, you know, he's got no say in his own future.
We were just talking about you. You know Denise from the sorority. Charles, of course.
Oh man, she ain't gonna let you live in the house, but she gonna parade you around? Fuck that.
Maybe it's not that she's not letting him, or he just doesn't want to come home.
Marla, I have to tell you that your photo with Cedric works really well on the mirror.
For him to get commander, though, they don't want his wife to be getting that mayor position, right?
Yeah.
Joe's my uncle and shit. I mean, I'm kin to the fat motherfucker.
That idiot works for us. He'd be a deputy commissioner by now.
That's so funny.
I love Pres Belushi, man.
And Prop Joe's got dumbass son.
Nephew.
Nephew.
On his mama's side.
And Jesus, look at this. So the 2 colonels and 3 majors can attend a community policing seminar in Miami, Florida.
Mr. Chairman.
What does South Beach have to teach this department about making Baltimore a safer place, Commissioner?
Nope. Jet
I
skis.
have no idea. And you have no idea. And it is an embarrassment.
Damn.
He's tearing him a new one.
Flaying him, bro.
In front of the media.
I said, bring the newspapers in here so they can watch me fucking defund
Oh my
these
god, he
motherfuckers.
sat like that for the whole. No, bro, it's not worth it. No, sorry, no.
I want to thank you for this.
No problem.
It's not easy, I know, but they seem to think it matters that I present myself as...
I'm fine with it.
Of course it matters. Everyone wants to elect like a classic American traditional like,
Yeah.
family person, you know?
See, but I mean, he left right out of there. They got...
Get the murders down to under 250 for the year.
All due respect, Mr. Mayor, we're at 232 now.
Jesus!
Our best case scenario, if we bump overtime, is 275, maybe.
275. This asshole Carcetti. That's no issue.
Can you even do that, though?
So can we keep it at 250? He's like, bro, 20 more. It'll be 250 by the end of the week. Wait!
Oh my god, no.
I like these short little scenes we're getting with him. It's very important.
In addition, we will hold this year's murders to 275 or less.
Christ. As familiar as we all are with the urban crime environment, how do you make a body disappear?
There isn't one of you in this room who isn't here by appointment. If you want to continue wearing those oak clusters, you will shut up and step up. Any of you who can't bring in the numbers we need will be replaced by someone who...
Bro, you listening to
So
him?
why
He made
you
a
in
point.
charge, bro? Get the fuck out
What
of
are you
here.
gonna do when a body shows up?
Oh my god, this dude.
I got into you.
Foul Judge.
6 months, about 30. I'm out there doing a major's pension.
I like Bunny.
Well, you know you about to quit. You just be like, burn it down.
Unless you,
But they can still fuck with his pension though, can't they?
I mean, pension is usually like tight if you're a cop.
Oh.
Say we come down off the wire, charge what we can, and move on.
Come down early. 2 years ago, we left a real bastard on the street. You're telling me we're gonna let that same son of a bitch beat me again?
How about you, McNulty?
There's other fish in the barrel, McNulty.
Stress the target. There isn't a better fucker out there. Why don't you let him go soft on this?
what can we do,
It's
McNulty?
you against the world, is it?
Yeah, calm down, buddy. We all want to see him Stringer go, but...
What the fuck did I do?
Every time.
You got a need. You talk to one of the youngins. I'm selling. Look like the right person to be talking to, Chief. I just finished a 14-year bit in Jessup. Got a package. It's a coming home present. Why not sell that shit your own self? I just came home trying to get my ass violated.
Wow.
He's trying to, you know, still do it, but not really do it.
Bark sale.
That's not
literally
the way to do
worst way to
that.
dump paper, bro. Stop.
And he mixed the two boxes together.
Right.
Oh my god.
Maybe he likes puzzles. You guys don't know.
No, why?
There's Wallace.
Why you gotta hit us like that, man? There's Wallace. Get the fuck
No.
Oh, he's not gonna get his money.
Where you at?
You thought you could fuck over a 14-year-old, 14-year convict, man? Like, just got out.
You know how comfy he is in
Oh
there?
my god.
You know, sometimes you getting your dick sucked and your homies watch. Just waiting their turn.
The fuck you looking at? Huh?
You right?
There's a blowjob party going on back there. What do you mean?
Just my split. Some bad luck there.
Yeah, you gonna get fucked over,
Police
bro.
came through, snatched up a ground stash or two. Fuck, right?
You got a number?
A number.
Back in the day when a player tried to say he lost a package to the police, he had to give up a number for the report.
But we ain't back in the day.
Get popped.
Fucking tired of your ass.
Dude, you look so non-threatening, even with the gun.
Yeah, walk it off, motherfucker. Old school ass bitch.
Coming back.
Yeah, he's about to come back.
Fucking millennials. Oh, damn, he's right there.
Yep.
Got the spider bag. Chew get you 3.
No! No!
You up? Spider bag. Chew gets 3. You up or you not?
Who the fuck would be the police, man?
You fucking idiot. Get the fuck out of here. Damn rookie.
That's how brazen they are. Look at what's happening in
But
Baltimore.
I mean, it's like pure ignorance. He's just like
I
running
know,
on
but even-
autopilot.
Even that's sad as fuck, man.
Like it's funny on the street, but it's like, Jesus, you just tried to sell to a cop.
Like, how you not see a cop car, bro? Though, seriously.
Bro, he's not trying to stop crime. He's not trying to get shot 6 months before
What just
retirement.
happened in the last 5 minutes? Oh my god.
We really gotta see how hard crime's going
The
on.
pieces is moving across the board, man. He's setting it up.
A blowjob.
Hit
party.
the hit the space bar, Pat.
Jesus. That was.
What's this episode called?
Solid premiere.
Sucking dick now.
Time after time. Shit don't change,
Time.
man.
This shit don't change.
I don't even want to write anything else from the last 5 minutes.
I know, a lot of things happened, man. That was good. The highlights were the Stringer Bells meeting using Robert's rules of meeting principles or whatever the hell it's called. It was like,
That was
Chip
the
don't
best
recognize your ass,
scene.
motherfucker.
Oh, it was so
Jay
funny in
on
the
the
beginning.
Poot stays up at the end.
Yeah.
What if
Jury-
everybody on the streets know we look like a bunch of ass bitches?
Yeah.
Motherfucker, what the fuck?
It's like, did the chair recognize that we look weak as fuck on the streets or something? Yeah. I mean, there is some validity to that statement too. Although profits are up, they don't have the territory. You do kind of physically look weak to the other gangs out there that are the muscle.
Yeah, but the
So-
other gangs that they're working with, like, there's only 2 gang empires, West Side and East Side. So it's either like it's all like hierarchy of Prop Joe or hierarchy of Stringer. And Stringer's like, well, I'm already, I know Prop Joe. Like he's like,
so
you know what I mean? They could work it out because they worked it
doesn't-
out before.
The fact that they have less territory means that Stringer Bells get more profit, but he has to employ less people and pay them. So, I mean, this works for him, but it doesn't work for the people that work for him because they are dispensable now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I
Stringer
also I think Stringer doesn't care about the whole, like he kept on saying the whole gangster stuff. Like all he cares about is the money in the line. As long as the money comes in, he doesn't care about how other people think of him or cares about how he runs his business. As long as it comes in,
Or what he loses.
Well, because
Yeah.
String was right too, though, when he was like, all that territory shit brings the bodies, and the
Yup.
bodies bring the police, and the
Yup.
police kill a profit.
Yep.
Yeah, it sounds like he's trying to get everybody moved up to where they don't have to worry about selling small bags, but they're selling to the people that are selling smaller bags.
Yeah.
So that they have less attention to them and still more profit, and then less employees too.
I'm just saying, man, if you get too cozy, these other gangs, like this little millennial fuckboy kid over here is letting this blowjob alley party happen. People like him are gonna try to like roll up, even though, like, I don't know, they're a weaker gang, but physically, I don't know, they're willing to get into those territorial disputes. So,
True.
I don't know. I can just see it working. I can see Stringer being blindsided by that, I guess.
Well,
There
but I mean,
is
also
somewhat
keep
of
in
an important.
mind that Stringer was also willing to pull the trigger on getting demurdered, was also willing to pull the trigger on Wallace, was also willing to pull the trigger on the shit that happened with Brandon, Omar's boy. So, like, if it does come, like, Stringer's like, first things first, let's make this money. Second thing is, if anything gets in the way of the money, yeah, we'll kill him. But, like, money comes first. And as long as there's a way around the violence, I'll work that out. But it's not because he's afraid of the violence. He just don't, he knows
Yeah,
that
no,
the violence fucks up the money.
Yeah,
I think he's good
it's smart.
at like,
It's smart.
I think he's good at like making money, like being a businessman and everything. But I feel like the longer he's in this game, he's starting to get a little blindsided of some things, and something bad might come his way.
Yeah. Un moment. I'm going to go down and check.
Never underestimate the input of your foot soldiers too. You are the smartest person in the room, but you can't act like it. There's always something to learn.
It's like the seat doesn't recognize your ass. I was like,
the chair.
All right, Marquetta, you have the floor. Oh wait, Ronnie, you have the floor.
oh no, oh. I like just real quick. I love the whole Shaft music scene and Carve yelling on top of the car like, "You motherfucker, I'm gonna beat you more than you beat your dick." I'm like, they had so many funny moments in the beginning, so I appreciate the comedy in the show because there are like dark moments and like kids dying and seeing Wallace's picture dead again.
And Carver and Herc being on the same, they're on a hamster wheel.
So are they
like
on
they
the
got
west
more
side?
people in, and they're like, yeah, fucking loitering and like being an asshole. And it's like, bro, y'all are arresting people for the dumbest shit because they're trying to like run the block like purely off of force.
Yeah, like what the fuck even is loitering? I never understood. It's just
Standing-
like standing around. You're standing around on a sidewalk, which is public property. You
That's
can
loitering?
stand
I thought
wherever
loitering
the
was
fuck
when you
you
throw
want.
shit on the ground.
No, that's littering.
That's littering.
Loitering is literally.
You can't loiter though. Like if we're outside at Steak and Shake, look, we used to hang out back in the day because that's the coolest thing we could ever do.
Yeah.
We like cops would tell us, be like, you guys can't just like hang out in this parking lot here.
But that's
You're gonna-
bullshit.
But
right?
why?
It's not bullshit. It's
How's
like,
it not
'cause
bullshit?
That's those people's business, and like
In the parking lot, yeah, but the
it has
sidewalk.
to look empty. It has to look inviting. I'm gonna say if there's like a
True.
mob of people out there partying, doing whatever the fuck, you can't do that.
But like
Yeah.
the sidewalk is public property. Loitering laws were literally made to protect businesses and to arrest homeless people and to arrest general brown folks standing around doing nothing. Like I respect that if someone's standing in front of your business being assholes, that's one thing. But if you can get picked up for loitering on a corner where ain't shit happening, it's like who the fuck business am I impacting by being over here?
how about
What's
this?
the charge? Like, I don't
It's like
think
a
anyone's-
jaywalking charge. You
No
know
one's
what I mean?
ever gotten a ticket for loitering or jaywalking unless that cop's an asshole or that, like you
Yeah.
said, they're going to break
It's
somebody. in.
soliciting when you like knock on people's doors
And then
like,
sell them shit.
So
Yeah.
okay.
But usually if they say soliciting, it's about a prostitute.
So are Carve and Herc like Weston boys now?
Yeah, they're in the Western District.
Okay.
Under Bunny Colvin.
I see
The
that.
old dude who's got 30 days left on his until he's on his pension. He's about to be out of here.
Bunny's in Brooklyn Nine-Nine, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that.
No, that's not the same guy.
Is it not? I haven't seen Brooklyn
I
Nine-Nine.
haven't
He looks just like him.
Why'd you
but I
say
don't know if it's
yes?
I
him. Is
disagree.
it him?
I thought it was
Maybe
him.
it is him.
It is
Yeah,
him.
I'm pretty sure it's him.
Like,
Yes,
the,
it
like
is.
the main sergeant?
Yeah, the main sergeant.
It's
What?
not. Definitely picked a lie.
Shut up, Mickey.
So we
makes
got to
sense,
meet Thomas, aka Littlefinger, and it was so weird for me to
Yeah,
see him.
Kirketti.
He's so young. He likes the
Boy,
accent.
He's up to his old little fingy ways, man.
But for good, though.
He's
He
like,
was
I'm gonna make you a
angry.
deal under the table. You're gonna refuse it? All right, media's coming here. and I'm gonna blow you up.
Right? He was
Fuck
just,
up.
bro, eviscerating. He was like, yeah, I invited people to come watch me bitch y'all out.
He has no fear. I
love
like
it.
that.
I love it.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of the whole Bub situation in the middle? Like, he seems tired of his life, but yet he keeps doing the same thing.
He's been tired of his life since season 1.
Seriously.
But it looks like that was his breaking point. They did
Was
the
it?
old, they did the
yeah.
old pan dolly that the Wire likes to do when a
I thought it
character's
was-
coming to
They
like
did the
a
same thing when he
realization.
started snitching, but
He just
Bub's still out here for drugs.
I think that he was just sober long enough to realize that his life sucks.
Yeah.
Because the thing that he got was only half, and it was
Yeah.
weak.
So,
Because I thought his broken point was when his buddy was in jail,
Yeah, that's
and
what
then
I
I think he was
thought.
gonna flip. But if he's not gonna flip because of this, I feel like he's just not high, and he wanted to be high, and he's just shit.
so this episode is a great example of The Wire in general. You see, one, the politicians in the beginning being like, we're tearing down these towers for good. All the smoke blows back on them and like causes commotion, right? And then you see the cops being like, we're out here every day arresting the same street motherfuckers and rolling them up. Nothing ever changes. You see fucking Cuddy get out of jail in 14 years for did a fucking bit, came back, immediately back into the game. Nothing
Time
ever
after
changes.
time.
You see the fucking cops being like, damn, we're on this wire, been on this wire for 6 months. We can't get them to roll up to the top person who is Prop Joe. If we get Prop, we can get Stringer because nothing ever fucking changes. They're trying to roll the shit up and back. And then even the fucking, woo, love it. I'm sorry, it's always, like, and even Bubs is stuck on the same hamster wheel of being like, he gets fucked over. He comes up with a scheme to get money, to get some dope. Shit goes sideways. And he's just like, nothing ever changes. Everybody's on the same fucking hamster wheel time after time trying to get it going and trying to get out of their rut, but they're all stuck in a rut.
Even McNulty, to some extent. What the fuck did I do?
Right.
What you always do,
What you
bro?
always
You
do.
think like you're the only one that really cares for all this shit and like we have to do this at all costs no matter what. Stringer's the big cheese. Yes, you'll get him eventually. Right
Even
now, obviously, you can't.
And even with String too, like him trying to be like, "Hey, I got this. We've got this. Like we got the podium, we got speaking rules and all that." But in the end, he still snaps and loses his shit, pushes the podium aside and calls Puda motherfucker.
Yeah.
And like, slap his ass. Because nothing ever changes. You trying to hide. Woo!
Puda sat down real quick. He goes up to Stringer's dick. Like
Stringer is like 11 feet tall. Like facts.
And why did they try to bring down the murders to 250?
Well, because Carcetti bitched everybody out for having high-ass murder rates. And he
like,
was
what are you doing with this money? Going to Miami, South Beach?
So, but why does Carcetti get the right to bitch him out?
Because I forget what Carcetti's job is in the government, but whatever his job is right now is to bitch people out.
No, I think that mainly he's bitching people out because of his future like election thing.
Carcetti, right? Or
Like,
the
I
mayor.
think he has like aspiration to run because when he was talking with what's his name, Burrell, he was talking about how he wants to like run further than his father.
Oh no, it wasn't his father. It was just some like Baltimore guy who did well.
They said that he was like from the same family.
Yeah, no, the same side of town, I think. He
I
said, I want to be
thought
another
that
Muldoon.
he said they mentioned that he's like old politics, so that he has.
Yeah, I think they were just talking about an old politic that's like that one guy from Baltimore who did well. Remember that guy? And he was like, I don't want to be like that guy.
I don't know why I thought they were related.
Well, I don't think they
I
were,
misunderstood then.
Yeah, I mean, the man's got aspirations, and even you saw the mayor being like, I know he ain't coming from my seat. Like, he's a white boy, and this is Baltimore. He ain't gonna fucking win.
I really enjoyed, what's his name's? Fred?
Tyrese.
I really enjoyed Cuddy's scenes.
Yeah.
Because they lasted like 5 seconds sometimes, but it was very, very telling, the whole story that unfolded there. I mean, now I really want to see him beat this dude's ass, but at the same time, I'm like, don't do that, you know? But you can tell there is some Hulk-type rage in him. He I mean, he shot somebody, he killed somebody, right? That's why he went to jail. That's what they were saying. He turned himself in. But, like, he's got some darkness in him for sure, and he's trying to keep that beast locked up inside the cage. That actor, Chad Coleman, just such a good job of just showing that.
I'm wondering if that was him going back to, like, charge up to beat this ass, or if he's really just, like, realizing, okay, the game's changed. People aren't, there's no more loyalty, and dudes will just take your money, basically, off back.
But I mean, if that's what he thinks, the game's always respected violence, regardless. And my man's already a murderer, so like
14 years, man.
You know, he's got the street credit. Even old boy was like, when he was giving him the package, he was like, your name used to ring out in the streets. I mean, I know that I know the show, but just based off of this, like, he knows what to do. He knows that if all else fails, you whoop the shit out of somebody and break their fucking elbow.
Time after time.
What is the name of that style of hat that the little fucker was wearing?
Which hat?
A bucket hat?
Is it the
Was
bucket
the bucket
hat?
hat? Yeah.
I love bucket hats.
That when you wear that, you are the least threatening person, even if you have 2 guns
Stop
in
it.
each hand.
Schoolboy Q's awesome.
What's wrong with the bucket hat?
I love bucket hats. I have like 5.
You're right.
Maybe more.
You can wear it as sun protection
You ain't no gangster.
or at a festival, but you can't pretend to be threatening with it.
Right?
I don't want to be.
I'm over here watching the blowjob party with my bucket hat on. Then he come asking questions. Bitch, I'll shoot you. What the fuck you like?
Who's not getting a blowjob is Daniels, and his wife making him sit on a tiny ass chair upstairs.
He literally said he was doing it for her.
I
He
know,
said, you watched out for my
I
career
know.
all this time. This is the
He's
least
a
I can
good
do
man. He's a good man.
But what did he do wrong?
He might not have done anything wrong. He's doing
I mean,
his job by
I
choice.
think that
last season you saw their whole entire relationship.
Yeah, but because he wanted to be a better man, like, you know.
No.
He didn't want to give up. He didn't want to become a lawyer and stay in the.
He didn't. But what he did do is tell her that that's what he wanted to do, and then he went back into the police fucking system that literally had fucked him over.
It wasn't his fault. He got pulled into it.
Hold on. The police system fucked him over in season 1. He bitched about it multiple times to his wife, often. He even has done some dirt in the past to get money out of the system, which is fine and all that shit. But he has been like, the police system has fucked me over. I fucking hate it. Bitched about it to his wife, and she was like, bet we can get you on this lawyer role. You already got the degree and shit. He's like, all right, bet that's what I'm gonna do. And then season 2 comes and he's like, hey, I know what I said I was gonna do, but there's a whole new case happening. I'm gonna go back. And she was like, if you go back, they're just gonna fuck you over like they've been doing. And that's where their argument is coming from. So
Didn't the police world pull him into it? He didn't want to go into it. They brought him into it because they needed him. If you're not going to do this, you're not going to get your pension, whatever.
No, they didn't say he was leaving anyway.
He was because I thought Burrell and I thought McNulty brought him in, pulled him into it.
They offered him a huge promotion.
They offered him plenty of stuff.
his own like commission or
his
whatever.
own unit.
Yeah, but that also came with the caveat. If he doesn't deliver, then he's going to go in a versatile position.
I know, but I'm saying like the argument between him and his wife is about like literally their future and like the job that he does. It's like if somebody was a firefighter and kept bitching about almost dying from firefighting and was like, I'm gonna stop firefighting, and you're like, oh, thank God, like now I'm not worried about you dying in a fire. And then a week later, like, hey, I am the fire.
I don't know.
I'm gonna go fight these fires.
I think their argument that they're having the deterioration of their relationship makes sense.
I feel like
Especially
you
because his
could
wife-
get kicked out of the house for a lot worse reason than.
I don't think he got kicked out, bro.
I think the worst part about this all is the fact that they have to keep this appearance just for publicity's sake. Because like they clearly, both of them, I think at this point, want to just like divorce and get on with their lives, but they can't because
appearances.
Yeah, like you have to be married to be electable, which is the dumbest bullshit. No, I'm not.
And I think that part's stupid, and I don't feel super bad for Daniels because, like, I think that Daniels being in the police system is what he truly wants. So, like, I'm glad that he's like able to do that. In a way, he's a little bit like McNulty, where McNulty is like real talk, job over life, any day of the week, and that Daniels is kind of essentially just showing that he's like, I mean.
Yeah, but he lost his marriage because of that.
I know. Look at McNulty at the baseball
That means that he
game.
weighs his job higher than he weighs his fucking marriage.
I mean,
so.
they all got a little.
But before he got married, they all knew that he was going to be a cop. So why is it a bigger deal
I mean,
now?
not all cops are dedicated as hard as McNulty, kind of thing. You have to.
Well, even for Daniels, like
That's also part of the reason why McNulty got a divorce too.
Kima too.
Yeah, Kima too. Like, there's some people that's just like, no, like it's
Kima's not divorced.
like it's.
I'm saying she's
Oh,
obsessed
it
with
is.
the.
Yeah, but
No,
it's
you're
like
right.
it's a calling for them. It's like it's above. You got your job, you got your career, you got a calling, and I think for them, it's not a career, it's not a job, it's a fucking calling. He's like, I need to be here. He's like, I'm actually doing good work. Like, they feel that, you know what I mean? So the sacrifices you make along the way, fuck it. Fuck them.
Season 3 hype.
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
You guys want to do
the
a
next one?
stop and start?
Good team of
I gotta go to use that.
All right, y'all, we're doing a quick stop and start. We'll see you at the next episode. Hey, if you made it this far and you want to see what we're going to react to next in this, and you're not on Patreon right now, go join our Patreon, because guess what? We've already done it.
Yeah.
We already did it. All right, y'all, bye.
Bye.
What up, guys? The Wire 3x1. Let's talk about it. This was an awesome episode. There's so much packed into this one episode. And think about what they managed to do. We got introduced to 3 new characters and further introduced to one more character that we briefly saw towards the end of the last season. We got Cuddy, we got Marlo, we got Carcetti, and we got Bunny Colvin. Oh man, this is going to be a great season. Probably a lot of people's favorite season because this one really gets into the nitty-gritty of politics outside of the police force. Now we're going a few levels up. Now we're going into Clay Davis territory, and we're going to explore the inner workings of that. And that it's a great season, you guys. You just strap in. So we start out, and the towers are being demolished, which is crazy. That's the territory for both East and West now. That's a huge blow to the game, right? And it's really clever editing here, cutting back and forth between what Bodhi and Poot are talking about. You know, they're talking about. Bodhi sees it from the perspective of it's just these jank-ass buildings, and Poot is more about, we made memories there. It was our home, you know, we had people there. And Bodhi goes, they don't care about people, they just care about, you know, we've seen a lot of talks of real estate in this show throughout, since season 1. Avon was investing in real estate. We saw real estate going up at the grain pier in season 2 and how that affected things. And now they're tearing down the towers and building it wasn't low income housing, but it was low and moderately priced houses built in their place. So again, this is the beginning of the housing bubble that's going to pop in like 2008 and fuck everyone over. So this is like the beginnings of it. But also the demolition of the towers is almost a metaphor for like how we try to clean things up, how we try to clean the city up. We never address the root cause. We never address the root issue. We just try to put these facades in place to make it seem like the system is working. And when those towers come down, you see that smoke just filling up everywhere, and everybody's just like, oh God, like, because they've been hyping it up, everybody was very excited for the towers to come down, and it just shows you just because the towers came down, just because you're going to put new property in place of that, it doesn't mean that it's going to fix the problem. That problem is just going to go somewhere else. So it's a really good metaphor for how, people also need to be torn down and rebuilt, especially addicts. Addiction is probably the biggest. If they can tackle addiction in Baltimore, I think that would honestly solve a lot of problems, because less people would start buying drugs, and if there's no demand, then the supply is worthless. So just really good visual storytelling. And then I don't know if this was intentional or if I'm like reading too much into this, but that third dude that was walking around with Poot and Bodie, he kind of, if you just kind of glance, like at a glance, he kind of looked like Wallace. He was kind of like, I don't know, he had the whole same dreads, and he looked very much like Wallace. And again, I don't know if I'm thinking too much into this, or is that like an intentional thing that speaks to like Bodie and Poot's subconscious? Like, does that speak to their guilt and that they miss Wallace, so they both connected with this guy that kind of looks like Wallace? I don't know, maybe I'm reading too much into that. Let me know what you think in the comments. And then we cut to the investigation, and I just love that there's no downtime in the season to like get the team back together. They've been together, and they've been building on top of the Sabatka case. Obviously that's a dead end now, but they're still looking into Prop Joe and all that stuff. And they've been tailing Cheese, but now they don't even talk on phones anymore. They have people for the phone calls, and then they come whisper into your ear, and you can see the evolution of how, the cops, when they catch people, they have to give away, in a sense, of how they caught them. And then the criminal world evolves to that, and you can see how much evolution there already is, and how much it's a new level of sophistication, it's a new level of paranoia, and it's just going to make everybody's job that much more difficult, and it's something they got to deal with. The sophistication also evidenced with the Herc and Carver scene, where they're chasing the kid, who like very obviously ran, like it was like, he grabbed the stash, and it was an obvious bait and switch, because you see the dude like pick up the real stash after Herc and Carver run off. But again, clever, like these guys know that the cops can come down here any second and just pin us up against the wall and just ruin what we're trying to do. So now they have like obvious bait to lure them away, and it worked. And when they're back at the station, this is when we further dive into Bunny Colvin, and he's talking to the two, I guess, deputies. I don't know the names of the rankings. If I get it wrong, correct me in the comments. But he's talking to them, and we're learning about one of the dudes' history, Castor. Castor's uncle was also police. So you kind of see this generational thing in police also. Not only is it about who you can create suction with, but like, parallel to Valchek and Prez. There is a generational thing in police also. And there's something to be said about that. I don't know what it is, but it's just a good detail in the writing. And Colvin, he's setting his men up for preparation. Like, he's asking them good questions and being stern with them and giving them good advice. So just in that like kind of small scene, you kind of see how Colvin carries himself, how he approaches leadership. And he seems like a pretty good dude so far, especially when he goes back outside to talk to Herc and Carver, and they're talking about the kid and how it was a bait and switch. And then Colvin is like, okay, so what did we learn? That's the kind of guy Colvin is. He's not just about making arrests. He's about making arrests, learning from that, not just treating it like a day-to-day, not just treating it like a statistic on a page. He actually wants to know, like, hey, what did we learn from that? Like, you guys are just doing the same shit out there. Is it getting any better? Are you making any difference? And then we cut to Bubbles and Johnny and their shenanigans, and they eventually end up running into Marlowe's crew, and then we see Marlowe for the first time. And then Marlowe's first words are, well, do it or don't, in reference to the dude about to shoot Johnny. Johnny was at gunpoint. That's just kind of, you see his nonchalant, you also kind of, the writing is so good, because like you just see immediately how these guys like carry themselves, and just his answer of like, well, do it or don't, man, I got somewhere to be, and just how nonchalant he was about that. So anyways, we'll see more of Marlowe. And then Bubbles and Johnny's shenanigans are really funny to, I think they're kind of used as comedic relief, but then I like how the show brings it back around at the end of the episode when Bubbles is breaking down about their day and how much they went to get the next fix, and it's not enough. It's like, it's funny to watch, but it's also disturbing and very sad because it's a very real portrayal of like extreme addiction and like what these people go through and like the shame and the humiliation they carry just to get that next fix because they're just, that's their life now. And I really like that, it's used as comic relief, but they managed to bring it back around and hit you in the face with the reality of it is like, these are real people. There's people out there like this that, are homeless and just chasing the next fix, and it's sad to see. And then right after that, dude, we see Carcetti, and man, they're just not wasting any time at all. And let me just go ahead and talk about Carcetti's whole arc through this one episode. We meet him. He's apparently, I don't know if he's like the head councilman, but he's got a councilman position. And Marla's kind of eyeballing him because she's also running for council. And how we meet Carcetti, the first few words out of his mouth is like, hey, I read back months of your felony reports, and I noticed you have an uptake in shootings and serious assaults in Eastern. So like we see a lot of, we were all about, the West Side between season 1 and 2, but now you see the violence kind of shifting because the towers are gone from the West Side, so all that crime is now migrating to the East Side, and you see that they're dealing with problems now. It's like kind of reverse, and Prop Joe's got a lot on his plate to deal with. But the point is, he read months of those felony reports. Like he is detail oriented, and he does his homework, and he comes in with his information in hand. He's trying to make moves with Burrell throughout the episode, or at least in that lunch scene, which I really, really liked. He was talking about some guy named Dominic and his run-ins with Jimmy Carter and how he was like relentless in the pursuit of his personal justice. And Carcetti's like, that's where I come from, man. I'm the proud son of the fighting 1st District. So it kind of shows you what kind of person he's going to turn out to be. And he shows what kind of person he's going to turn out to be when he doesn't get his way. So he calls the media in and just reams Burrell and Rawls on television, and that's the perfect way to do it. Now, it's kind of Carcetti seems like a good dude. He kind of seems like a good politician that wants to help, right? But there's something self-serving there also. We don't quite know what that is yet, but there's always something self-serving in politics. But Carcetti he was like, hey man, the mayor's not getting shit done. I can help you. I can, just let me know what I can do for you. And I think he's proving to be a guy that's going to be kind of relentless in the pursuit of what he's trying to accomplish. And that Jimmy Carter story sets that up perfectly. And yeah, that's just kind of it for Carcetti. The scene where he brought the media in and he's just letting them have it. It was very satisfying, and he's just calling them out on everything. And I might connect back to his story, but that was kind of essentially it for Carcetti. And then we cut to prison, and then Cuddy enters the chat. So like, just so many introductions. This was a packed episode. Very just Dustin, the editor, he said one time, like, there's no wasted moment in this show. Every line has a meaning. There is no scene that is like filler. There just isn't. Everything just has a purpose, and season 3 is really, really showing off the writing. Like it's more tightly written than ever, just right off the bat. Because there was a lot in this episode, and they managed to keep the pacing up, and it was a really good episode. So anyways, Cuddy, he's been in prison for 14 years, and he's he's getting out of jail now. And you see Avon immediately trying to prey on him and immediately set him up to do more dirt when he goes back outside. So this is another look into, prison life and dudes like Avon and how they can run shit from prison, is because people are coming in on a daily basis, but there's people going out also, right? And what's going to happen when they go out, especially if they've been in prison for 14 years? Cuddy, I mean, everything's changed on the outside, you know? Like, the streets he used to play on are now abandoned houses. The businesses he used to visit are now abandoned buildings. Like, everything's changed, and they showed all of that in this episode. The only house left on his block is his grandma. Everything else is abandoned. Later on, when he finally makes that phone call to get some help from Avon, he he mentions the name of a building, and they're like, "What? What are you talking about?" And then you see it. It's like it's an abandoned. So it tells a lot of story in the writing. It's very just well done. I know I'm repeating myself here, but I can't gush enough about the writing. It's very, very good. But, like, think about that, man. Like, what choice does he have? Like, who does he know on the outside? What moves is he going to make? And think about the social stigma that we have about inmates and people that are out of prison and convicts. Like, they have a very difficult time getting a job. And it's because nobody talks about, like, okay, hey, what were you in for? It's just the word convict is just like, ugh, no, dangerous. Stranger danger. I don't want that. So they have an incredibly difficult time finding legitimate work when they might have the best of intentions, as I think Cuddy does, to just make a new beginning and a fresh start. But that's not how it works. Like, nobody wants to give a convict a job, dude. And so what choice do they have but to go and do the dirt? Because in prison, like, it's like, you know, when you get out of college and you have a job lined up already. It's a bad metaphor, but that's kind of what it is. You get out of prison, well, I mean, hey, if you want it, we got work for you, man. I know people on the outside. I can get you in. We got work for you. You just let me know. That's their only opportunity usually coming out of prison. So, like, why wouldn't they go back to doing dirt? Because no one else is going to help them out. But that was pretty much Cuddy's arc, and man, these are just really good characters, and I can't wait to see more of them. And then I love the scene with Burrell and Daniels talking about what they might do for this case, right? They're talking about arresting some guy in hopes that Prop Joe promotes his nephew Drac into that guy's position because they have a wiretap on Drac. And this is a amazing scene because in, I think, season 1, Daniels had a similar scene with Burrell where he was putting in his office, right? And the nature of the case at that time was very precise. They knew directionally exactly what they wanted to do. So putting is a very precise thing. You're close to the hole, so you really have to think about it, and it's a precision shot. But in this meeting, Daniels is talking about, like, hey, if we do this, this might happen, and if this happens, this might happen, and if that happens, there were a lot of maybes flying around. And this time, Burrell, he was taking a chip shot, which is more of like, you know, it's a longer shot, so it's not as precise. You're kind of trying to generally get near the end goal. So it's, oh my god, it was so good. Like that blew my mind. I was like, oh my god, that's such a good detail, such a small detail, but it's fantastic. And then, you know, we find out that the mayor is holding up Daniels' promotion because Marla is after the council seat and they think that she's going to go after some lady named Unetta, but Unetta is the mayor's ally. And now, like, immediately on a small scale, we're seeing dirty politics. Like, yeah, that's her husband, but that doesn't have anything to do with it. And so you see, like, the amount of suction that people have with each other in politics, and we're already seeing how people, it's all run on personal agendas and favors and like, hey, I gotta protect this person, so I'm gonna fuck this guy over. And Burrell says it perfectly where he's like, the mayor may want to know who his new friends are before he makes a new commander. So it's like, it's a systemic problem, man. It's a systemic problem when people get into these positions of power and it becomes about personal agenda, and it sucks, but like, how you gonna fix it? I don't know. And just the amount of violence that's taking place now. Like, I mean, season 1 and 2 were pretty violent, although not really. I mean, we didn't see too many instances of violent, but the instances we saw were pretty violent. But now they caught 5 bodies in one night. And remember, back in season 1, so this would have been like a couple of years in real time, the murder rate was like 300 a year. and now you're talking about 5 murders per night, and that seems to be becoming like the norm. You can see the violence like ramping up in Baltimore, and again, it's the evolution of things. Like this life, both on the police side and the criminal side, it's generational, and every subsequent generation seems to be getting more and more violent, and the problem just seems to be getting worse and worse. And it's I don't know what to do about it, but it's sad to see. And Sidner, when he's going undercover to do the undercover buy, both McNulty and Daniels are like super paranoid, especially McNulty, because he says to Sidner, "Hey man, are you sure? Like we don't have to push this if we don't really actually have to do it. Are you sure?" And it just shows you like his fear and paranoia from what happened to Kima. She also did an undercover thing and she got shot over it, and that fucked him up. And it's just, again, just good writing and staying consistent with the character, that their past sticks with them and changes them as the show goes on. So that was a really good detail. Even Daniels at the end, when Sidner was walking out of the room, he was like, "Find your way home." And it's such a passing line, but it says so much about what these people have experienced in the past and where they are now. And I know I'm jumping around here, but quickly we go back to Marla, and she's with her campaign people, and they're talking about, "Hey, Cedric, wear your lieutenant uniform when you hang out with Marla, because that looks good." And then some lady was like, "Hey, your picture with Cedric looks really good on our mailing list." And it's just, but like when they leave, we find out that Cedric and Marla are separated. It seems like they're not together, right? But they have to put that facade on for the political run, because no one's gonna vote in a woman and then a single woman. Like, it's hard enough for women in politics to get shit done. Now you come in as like a single woman, it doesn't look good when we preach about family and stuff. And this season is really gonna hammer that in, of how politics is like such a facade, and it's so intentional in the thing, right down to their tie color. Like, everything is chosen, everything is designed to affect your psychology. And it was like, honestly, after this season, I look at political campaigns so much differently now. Like, I don't care about the looks. I don't care about you bringing your family up on stage and being like, "Look, we're such a happy family." Like, it's all a freaking show. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so glad that Biden won the presidency, but when the whole family came on board, I know it was a big historical moment and families deserve to celebrate, but like, they weren't there just because like, "Hey family, let's celebrate." Like, they were told to go up on stage. Every single piece of that was intentional. So like, you got to be critical of your own side too. You got to take everything with a grain of salt, and just know that politics is all about how it visually looks, and you got to be able to see past that. And we meet Mayor Royce. He's we've actually met Mayor Royce also, so a fifth character. So he's like, "What the heck is Carcetti up to? I know he's not coming after my chair because he's white, and this is a black town, and I'm a black mayor, and there's no way in hell that he's coming after my chair. That would be a fool's errand." And again, it's just Burrell, being really mad about how the press conference went down. This is another scene of like suction and personal agendas. And Mayor Royce is like, "Okay, fine, we got to show him something." And then his assistant was like, "How about a 4 to 5% drop in felonies and murders?" As if that's like a knob that you can just turn down, right? But they were like, "Okay, yeah, no, that's good. Let's get the murders down to 250, and we'll just cap it at that. Okay, once we reach 250, no more murders." Well, what are you talking about? What are you actually talking about? You can't control that. That's not a knob that you can just twist on and off. So it was just a funny scene, man. But again, Burrell and Rawls had to take that back. And they had to tell their unit, "Okay, we gotta stick to these numbers." And then, I love it, Bunny Colvin again standing up. And he says, "Okay, hey, I know we have processes where we can make certain crimes seem not that bad. We can reduce felonies, we can reclassify an aggravated assault, we can unfound a robbery. We can work on those numbers. How do you make a dead body disappear?" It was such a perfect clapback, to which Burrell responds, look, if you guys can't make the numbers work, we'll replace you with someone who can. And this is such a telling scene. Like, this is also why you have to take statistics with a grain of salt. Any information they give you, like when they talk about, oh no, employment is up by so and so much this year. Yeah, that's probably partially true, but I promise you it's not like as accurate as they want to make it seem, because it's probably based on a lot of factors that we as normal people would not even, think of. And you got to take all information you're given with a grain of salt, even by your own side, because this is I'm primarily Democratic. This is a story about a Democratic city, and look how broken it is. Look how terrible it is. So, man, what an amazing episode. What an amazing episode. This was a jam-packed episode. Wow, that's all I got to say about that. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe. Definitely comment down below. We love hearing from you guys. And see you next week. Peace.
Thanks for watching The Wire with the Normies. Check us out on Patreon for early access and uncut content. Special shout out to our super patrons, Kwasi, Sakif, Clayton, Harry MacFan, Explorin' Dylan, Dane, Mr. Momus, Joe, Yusuf, Kadim, ZJP, and Keyboard Junkie. And we'll see you all next time.